Well, sAw in a bit of a rough spot now, in a bit of a bad place. Ancient has to be sAw's salvation here. At the start of the fall down from their 2-0 beginning, it felt like sAw's biggest enemy was themselves, right? They had that close series versus Cloud9, a close first map, but then it started to fall apart. Now their biggest enemy is not some big bad wolf, it's a very real FURIA. It's the Panthers that are looking to tear them apart here in this 2-2 matchup with only one spot remaining. It's do or die.
Yeah, no better place for the Panthers than the jungles of Ancient as we get into map number 2. It is sAw's pick. We need to see something here, with the exception of pistol rounds. sAw were barely in that previous map. You hope they have the depth to show in this one, but what a tap for our P2K into the head of story. They will cross a Portuguese pistol in through red, wrapping the A site.
Art knows a thing or two, though, about this mobility in the mid-round, right? And he's looking to come in and backstab this flank through the red room. And red rum over towards Temple as MUTiRiS, the only one not yet murdered by the FURIA ranks on this rotate over, is pinned in, is trapped, and he'll get locked out by KSCERATO. Just arrozdoce left in this in a 1v3, an unlikely 1v3 as that bomb dropped down towards CT spawn. And both KSCERATO and Art are ready to shut arrozdoce out of the clutch as he rounds the corner. 3 bullets left in the Glock. He has to get the reload off. Second shot redemption here. He's whittling them down. No one able to find him yet, but finally KSCERATO will.
It's no red run for sAw. It's just a whine as they disappear in that pistol.
And dude, for sAw, think back to Virgo, the one thing they had were these pistol rounds, but now even that goes against them to open up Ancient.
And yeah, FURIA haven't had great success on this map, to be honest, not lately, but their T-sides are actually really, really solid. And we saw them even take down ENCE on this one yesterday, and some crazy clutches as well came through from KSCERATO. So it's spelling disaster. We'll give sAw the benefit of the doubt, especially on the T-half. But this can be one of the most constricting maps right now with the way the meta plays and just the util you're going to see that FURIA are throwing already in this B ramp area. They've pushed down with an MP9. Only Roman's made it through. I like we have a flash for sAw to pop through the smoke, but there's so many players from FURIA. There's so many escape routes available. Almost a TK. Cello will mop it up with ease. And no issue against the Glocks. A kill, and that will be it.
And you know, here's the thing, you say about FURIA not having great results here, they don't. They look pretty rough on paper, but in terms of what we've seen in the BO3s at the majors so far, in terms of what we've got to witness there, I think they've really nailed down some good fundamentals here. They've got some great lane takes on the CT side, some good ability to shut down options for the T side. I think that was one of the reasons why ENCE were left looking kind of so embarrassed yesterday here, right? It was quite constricting for Glaive to try and call around, having such huge, you know, areas of the map just seized off them by FURIA. They've got a lot of ideas for how to make life miserable for the T side. And so sAw have to be ready for that. It's going to be a real test of, you know, MUTiRiS seeing if he can cool around it.
I do like this fearless call for sAw. In the first gun round, they go right through the mollies with the smoke and they get cave instantly. The timing was almost lost by FURIA. Cello will check it though. And with that ramp smoke, now supplemented by cave, sAw, they may have the space, but they're also locked in a cage of their own making.
Wouldn't surprise me if we get some of that mid-round aggro we were just talking about right now, with kind of players trapped in the site with these smokes on a timer. You might feel tempted if you're Yuri to get flashed in, to take that little jiggle down ramp and try to take a fight to alleviate some of this pressure that they're feeling now.
Oh, sAw will come to them instead.
Yeah, he'll actually back up out of there, so that leaves them almost retake 4B, but Fallen Zorb keeps the advantage in favor of FURIA. Art goes running in with the MP9. Quick turn from MUTiRiS.
He's got the bomb though, he's got to get out. Well, he takes that literally running away. This is a gap, this is huge right now. It's a T-spawn flank for KSCERATO. If they just sprint to Donut, there's no one to stop.
He's at least going to hear this, right? He'll hear them dropping down, and so you can see KSCERATO's already heading back to where he came over here towards A main.
I like going red here because if they went into A, look at where FURIA are. They can still actually end B through this play. But 20 seconds, boys. You're sitting in top mid. You've got to go.
They're going to leave MUTiRiS to go Donut alone, low on health with the bomb. Oh, they've lost this round. Yeah, it's a done round.
Are they really going to try?
Last second to come through, but you need this plant on MUTiRiS, and he's just so low and he's so alone. Planting out in the open, Yuri's gonna rob it from them. And so Yuri, right place, right time, all set up from that wrap out of KSCERATO.
Oh, just overcooked, man. It just feels overdone, burnt steak for sAw. My oh my. I mean, it's risky enough to just leave the bomb alone. I know they know that Donut is clear and everyone must have been B or flank, so they realized they had the room, but FURIA just makes such a perfect rotation with two players, and sAw slowing it down doesn't make them doubt it. FURIA believe in their call, and a great bomb denial there by Yuri wins the round. Oh, I feel like this game is pressure personified for sAw. You can just see it in the style, see it in the faces after they lose rounds. And FURIA, sure, like there were high expectations on this team to at least get through cleanly. There were even higher expectations when they went 0-2, when this team looked like they were about to disappear with a whimper from Copenhagen. But they've been in these positions. They've been deeper in majors. They're making it look like a walk in the park.
And I feel like, you know, that's where these teams are just worlds apart, right? Like for sAw, there was this feeling for me, at least, that especially after their RMR run, where they turn it around from being 0-2 down, they find so much success in the BO3s, then they go on to look great across the board, not dropping a BO3 in the year till arriving at the major. It almost felt like they thought the job was done, and all they had was that streak to empower them, to move them forward, and now that they've lost that, they haven't looked the same since that first loss to Cloud9. They're not as experienced as a FURIA. They don't have that long tenure to fall back on and believe that they can do this. Art boosted up. But they will dodge him for now. Arrozdoce going into the cave, so this boost won't find a thing, not yet.
Well, they know that he's gone cave, at least. That should be pretty clear for FURIA. That smoke is just on the fly, so through it is Ujux. He plays on the lip so he can react. This is nice right now for sAw. Nade on ramp would go a long way for KSCERATO. It would just take this kill clean. It's going to smoke the cave as well. They've got to get moving, though. This bomb is ticking. The time is disappearing. They need to get on the stick right now. It's up to Warbangs, I think. The Molotov lands. It might be enough. And it feels like sAw have just pushed the boat out here for their first round. Oh, an attempt off the defuse, but it was too little, too late. The spam will do it for Arrozdoce, and everybody dies. Nice round for sAw. Just about. They squeak it through. It's got to be the first of many more. And just to jump on your point as well, I feel like even the veto shows the mental state of sAw in that they could have gone for the nuke pick. They had a 10-win streak coming into this tournament, well, including this tournament, and then they lost it twice. They lost it to Cloud9, they lost it to Pain, and now they shy away from it against FURIA. Sure, don't get me wrong, FURIA have always liked to play nuke, but you know, sAw are just throwing spanners in the works. They're trying new things. They're feeling desperate. They'll mid-rush in this round. Maybe that desperation is what they need. Anything to motivate this team right now. Or it will be another heartbreak for Roman and MUTiRiS at majors in the circuit. Wouldn't be their first. We got this on Vertigo as well. When sAw were finding rounds, they were getting out with one player surviving here. They were losing all this money. So this round has to be clean. Right now it's looking good to do that. But they need to establish some economy on this T side so that FURIA can't just immediately reset them. Something here in middle for FURIA to grab, but winning this round is a pipe dream.
sAw with a collective sigh of relief. Finally, a 5 alive round. Oh, they've earned it. That's what they feel like.
Yeah.
They've earned this. And a nice kind of, you know, stripped back call there from MUTiRiS. Certainly seen sAw overcomplicate some of these rounds. That one, they know they're up against a very, very light purchase, and so they just run it out mid. They get in the face of FURIA, knowing that they just don't have the util or the firepower to contest for the space.
Okay, let's see if sAw can get going on the T side of their map. Map that, while it does leave questions on the decision to pick it, sAw can provide answers for us here. They can prove it, if you will. Still another eco for FURIA. They've saved this M4. Art's fully bought, as he often does on an eco round. Just like me. For real, for real. Oh, he just like me. Ooh, yeah.
Charlie probably actually quite happy about that Molotov. Stopped him going down into almost certain death down at the base of B. Art has found somewhat of a gap here. Story still keeping an eye on middle, but arriving just a little later.
What a
crazy tag from KSCERATO. And so Story wiped out before the round even really gets going for sAw. Right now, MUTiRiS has got all this space out through A, but his team still sat back at the B double doors. And with mid lost, MUTiRiS now learnt about how do they want to try and play around this. Going back feels scary. When they deal with Art, they know that that's one of the mid players, so at least that gives sAw the kind of leg up to feel like mid's clear.
Yeah, FURIA know what's going on. They're about to confirm it as well. KSCERATO will hear these steps. They surely can't walk in main. Got all this space. MUTiRiS needs this support, so FURIA can full rotate. They can risk it all. I think Yuri's crashed, unfortunately. So this one is a 3v4 for FURIA. And MUTiRiS is ready to backstab. Bomb denial not allowed. It didn't feel like at least the tech issue would have made much difference as sAw swing for the fences and take a third round. Nice space by MUTiRiS, especially after that opening kill in mid.
I think sAw get very fortunate that out of all the players they find, it's the one who gets the kill in middle, right? The one reason why that bomb might not have rotated back was because they lost all the info down towards elbow. And so MUTiRiS feels like, okay, finally something goes right for us. We learn a lot from that one kill in the round. Obviously, unfortunate timing for the dropout there. But as you say, it was a pretty far gone round anyway. They weren't able to save the M4 out of it, and so curious what Art's economic situation is going to look like. Sure, he gets the one kill there on the MP9, gives himself a bit of extra money, but I imagine he's going to be playing SMG again here and now. Luckily enough, never really seems to impact the guy that much. Still, this is nice for sAw, right? Finally feeling like they have a bit of control over a game, not a spot they've really been in consistently since getting into the BO3s. Certainly not in this matchup.
Bit of a sucker punch is this timeout for sAw's momentum, I feel. And they just found a couple of rounds in a row. We're starting to get back in the groove. We do have Yuri just logging back in, so hopefully not too much longer, but it's never what you want. Silence enforced in the tech timeout. Just your thoughts, and they can be scary, Harry.
They can be. Walking around the Mind Palace, man, it's a rough world out there.
What's in the
but draw? I don't know. KSCERATO looks pretty chill.
Yeah, you see a lot of players sit there with their eyes closed right now. It's pretty meta. Mals are quite good at it. Love a breathe, love a bit of focus, bit of meditation maybe. Whatever keeps you in it.
I mean, there is a pretty big aura of calmness coming from FURIA as a whole, right? And that's the comfortability of being a dominant map up in the series so far. So I don't have any such privileges, any such luck in that regard, man.
But do we have a different sAw on Ancient to the one we did see on Vertigo? Because that was felt like a shell of their former selves.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to look for like some positive there, it's like arrozdoce had a good game at least, right? He was looking like he really was believing in that first map. You had a bit of a quiet one from Story. He had that one nice AWP round over towards B, but then he missed a few sitters down the tail end of the game. So I think getting him switched back online is going to be a big deal for sAw. Especially if Fallen's able to even come to like 50% of what he brought to the table on Vertigo. That was crazy.
God, it does feel nice seeing Fallen just hit the shots that he was on that last map. Some of the flicks. I remember a Fallen a flick.
I want more out of MUTiRiS, man. Like, because we've seen him do his best to win games damn near single-handedly, but he can be a bit streaky at times. I think he's someone who struggles a bit with the pressure, or at least that's what it's felt like. But, you know, we saw in that game just the other day versus Pain, I think it was, where he was going huge to try and keep sAw in this, and it felt like he was the one light at the end of the tunnel for them.
Yeah.
I think it was on Vertigo. He just kept taking those fights up towards ramp. Always good for a multi-kill, but not even that was enough to keep them in the game. If you could get like two players, if you could have arrozdoce and either Story on the AWP or MUTiRiS looking good on that other rifle, then you might have something cooking here after all.
Well, he's 6-4 to start the map, so let's see and keep an eye on him here as we get back into the game. Round 7, FURIA have had some economical woes go their way. They've been, you know, kind of throwing whatever they can into this game. Oh, look at the rush. It's going to get heard. Oh, my goodness.
Pistols get the openers. sAw immediate. We come back from the pause and the pressure is right there. It's right back on. Cello boxed into this little corner over on the long side. Good for the first kill. Roman will get the trade at least, but it's not easy for sAw now. A tiny moment to try get set up in these post plants, but they are very restricted. Both players stuck in the site. Lots of damage done to Roman. Art with another kill, and now it's just Story sitting bottom of the board for sAw, trying to deliver in the 1v3, and he can't.
That is disastrous. What a disrespectful call for FURIA to rush 2 P250s through A main and just double tap sAw in their spawn. They knew it was coming. They have the better rifles as well, and they just get made to look foolish. Great shooting for FURIA, but that's going to leave you dismal if you're sAw. Full tilt. This is not the FURIA I would want to be playing against in a 2-2 do-or-die qualification or elimination matchup. Brutal. Fallen's orbs out as well. We remember how much of a lifesaver he was on Vertigo. He's back on the A side now, starting in Donut. So they've been popping through the mid smoke pretty fearlessly. FURIA haven't thrown too many resources in middle other than these insta smokes, sometimes a molly behind it. It's a good grenade on long, but right now it's the A main crawl for sAw. That is the most pivotal piece of the puzzle. AWP looking for a pick and smoked out, so gonna have to reset. FURIA jiggle their forces back to A, leaving only Art and Cello at that B bomb site.
As far as a lot of these rifle rounds have gone for FURIA, this one's pretty measured. It's pretty passive. They're not really looking to take huge parts of the map away from sAw. They've given them a good degree of room, but we're going to start to see some of these moves happen in the mid-round as Fallen creeps out through Donut. Yuri up in the red room will get taken out by that AWP. Fallen, as a result, has to back off and just hold the line, but he gets the better of Story's AWP. Finds the equalizer for FURIA. Oh, and another from Fallen.
Go on.
Not missing a beat on the AWP.
KSCERATO's got his back as well. This might draw them the wrong way. Again, there's a lurkout A that's found all this room. The bomb's still locked into the B side, though. You've got to run T-spawn right now, or they have to exit heaven. That's if they want to go A, and Fallen won't let them. Third kill on this AWP. MUTiRiS is locked in a box. A coffin full of nails, and sAw get hammered home. 5-3, FURIA just keep them coming. 4 kills from Fallen's AWP in the first round it's featured.
And way to leave an impression, Fallen. Way to show us that it wasn't just a one-map wonder of a return to form here. Some real slick work.
Now we got double orb, okay. KSCERATO is usually side by side, so they're playing him on A and Fallen's gonna spot red. Can nade his smoke as well. It's not been thrown by sAw, but they do look like they want to explode middle with pistols. So Fallen, a feeding frenzy perhaps, blood in the water. Let him go at Fallen's, okay?
It's double AWP up against the pistols. Sometimes these get weird, so Fallen would love to just lay all that worry to rest right now over here in mid.
Yeah.
And he's doing a damn good job of that. Oh, it does have support, but it's not needed. Fallen switches to the sidearm and secures mid as his domain. Just Story left in this one.
They won't even come hunting. They got the bomb in mid. They've got every escape route locked off. And once enough time has expired, they can go for the kill. Story's desperate here, just wishing someone would give him a chance to get back in this round, in this game, in this major. But there is only room for one in the final match of the opening stage. And right now, all the signs are pointing towards FURIA.
I've been waiting for this fight for a long time, and Cello gonna get rewarded for his patience. Actually, Fallen is stealing away.
2 4Ks back-to-back on the orb. Sure, it's anti-eco. We don't need to jazz that one up too much, but safe to say, he ain't missing, Harry.
He's really not. He's setting the example that everyone else is to follow in. And Fallen's 12 and 5. That only makes guys like KSCERATO want to do better, get more involved. To be overshadowed by Fallen in this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, for sAw, they have 5 major debutants. No one has ever stepped foot in the top 24, let alone the top 16. And on your screen, multi-major winner 2 times for Fallen. Surrounded by what we, for so long, presumed to be the best in Brazil, and at least certainly the individuals of KSCERATO and Yuri have made that statement pretty clear. But this is a team lacking trophies, never taking a tier 1 victory, only picking up their first LAN win last year. A team wanting more. They're going to get it. Full A rush for sAw.
Couple of missed shots from KSCERATO. He's not able to recover that Fallen. Check this out. Watch how it's done, he says.
Another one.
Gonna nade that smoke open again for Fallen, and that lines them up for the kill to arrozdoce.
Important molly. But the bomb will be reinforced back to another position. And FURIA, they won't wait, they won't rest, they'll come in quick.
Oh, awkward miss splash there. At least let Story continue holding the line into Temple. Over and done with, yeah, it was a nice start for FURIA to recover this after the misses from KSCERATO, but suddenly it's gone back the other way. This slowdown from sAw has served them well. Fallen low on health, but is looking to make that first incision, and he's gonna get it. Now Cello looks to leave a mark, striking out through the Temple, throws out the hands, and MUTiRiS is there to meet him. Both players low for FURIA, tagged up in these fights, but yet to finish the job. MUTiRiS is going to try and get tricky with it in the 1v2.
I like this.
Only thing he has is space, so he's looking to use that to his advantage.
It's all about the post-plant position. Does he go aggressive towards long? He'll have a deep line. Fallen can hold this and let Cello walk up. MUTiRiS just wants to put distance between himself and his opponents. Position back on ramp. Timing open to play cave, but the bomb wouldn't be for that position. So if he does this, he's going to have to be swinging out of cave to kill FURIA on that tap. That being said, this is still the last place FURIA should expect him in. All comes down to the timing now.
Well, he knows where both players are coming from. Tap on the bomb, but MUTiRiS doesn't take the bait. He calls their bluff. Calls it again. MUTiRiS only just swinging out now, and he's going to knock Fallen off that defuse.
Yeah.
And he knocks Cello out of the round. Beautiful clutch from MUTiRiS. The experienced man of sAw shines through when it matters.
So important just to feel like sAw can win those rounds, win those clutches against the very calm FURIA. We saw that same 2v1. It was Roman, the other experienced player of sAw, versus FURIA in Vertigo, and they just held. They didn't move a muscle. He played himself. MUTiRiS makes it happen this time, forces the fight, calls the bluff, and that perfect shadow giving away Fallen's stick allows him to wallbang the bomb. Great round for MUTiRiS. We needed something for sAw in this game, and he has delivered it.
Yeah, it's something just to inspire the troops a little bit when you kind of see your veteran player doing that. It reminds you that you're capable. It reminds you that you can. And so if that's what it takes to get, you know, some of the younger players here switched online, then so be it. MUTiRiS has delivered a crucial round there, a crucial 1v2. And so will that be the round that brings sAw back into the series? They're looking for a tied half with FURIA here. And if they win this next round, they're well on their way to doing that. FURIA would be broke heading into the final round of play.
Oh, is it a full B-rush? They've got the lurk smoke instantly up ramp. They're going towards cave with a pace, but that Molotov has chewed them up. Yuri does a lot of damage. Cello can finish the job. That was optimistic at best for sAw. They try to throw a punchy, pacey play into this B-bomb site, and they're still going. There's an AWP here. Fallen smoked out. There is a nade available for it, but they're just running into guns, and Cello is happy to deliver death. Another nade on the side. That could be a problem. Dodged by MUTiRiS, but sAw are far from comfortable here on B.
No, I mean, they have no room to maneuver, man. They are trapped in this tiny box of the B site.
Nice.
Crucial kill out of MUTiRiS to alleviate a lot of the pressure with Cave dealt with. That gives them the route to a bomb plant, but now Story's got to cook up a clutch. Line up on short. Story in with something here. Just one man left to beat, and he can't deal with Art.
Oh.
Cut down, one shy of back-to-back clutches as Art stands and delivers for FURIA, regaining control of that round and putting to bed sAw's dream of a tied half.
And in such a seemingly unwinnable moment, he gives us a flash of brilliance. He makes us believe once more, but it's not meant to be. FURIA closed the round like they always should have, and it comes at a cost. And that's the worst part for sAw, is what we've been saying all day. Even the moments of celebration are so brief. They win a round, but they win it with none alive, one alive. They've never had the money. They've never had the finances for these constant rebuys. It's Galils all day, it's Mac 10s. And so, in the final round of the half, sAw once again scraping at the bottom of the barrel for Gunk. Oh, the mollies are shredding them. And this 1AK on the Story needs to find this opening kill yet again.
Gonna cross back out. They're not able to punish him. So that challenge goes unanswered.
Perfect cave setup as well.
Oh, that
Easy
jiggle.
pre-fire.
Story might have looked good in that head-to-head in the last one, but now no contest. There is a weird timing here, hit by MUTiRiS, who's been the hero a handful of times in this series already, but you would need some huge results out of the guy here. Good kill to Art, but he takes a lot of damage in the process, and now they know about him. He doesn't have the element of surprise anymore. Fallen hunts him down at almost 20 kills deep at the end of this first half for Fallen. There's no doubt he wants that next stage. He wants that elimination stage for FURIA, maybe more than anyone else. Arrozdoce will deal with the front man, but now he's got to deal with the rest of the band. Tap on the bomb. All three players for FURIA are grouped up in cave. Can Arrozdoce succeed where Story failed? A 1v3, the odds against him. Jiggle out of Cello. Taps the bomb again. FURIA take the bait this time. And this time Arrozdoce able to lock them both out of it. It's just KSCERATO from the cave with the backstab and another clutch attempt denied by FURIA to round out the half.
Just a game of what ifs. And that's all sAw will be asking. We've seen these players plagued by clutches going astray before at the Antwerp RMR. All we can think about is you know, that elimination to VP. And once again, it will be questions. What could this game have been on saw's map pick? Back-to-back 1v3s, made one-on-ones, denied by FURIA. They are relentless. Nothing but nice tries for sAw, but that may be all it will be here in Copenhagen.
Yeah, if anything, the only thing that bringing these clashes so close but never getting them gets you is more heartbreak if this goes against you.
If or when.
FURIA picked up their first pistol in the series to open up this map. And if they do that here and now, this could very well be over before it even gets started for sAw.
Got an instant A-rush smoke as well. Meanwhile, sAw are trying to take mid from Donut. They've heard it, they realize what's going on, but those smokes force a decision. Do we play to deny the bomb or do we just give it up? MUTiRiS gets a quick pick. He'll hang around for more, but he can concede in a 5-on-4.
Nice kill for Roman. Joins the fray in defense of this A site. shello tries to run it through CT. Bomb plant at least for FURIA.
No excuses.
2v5. This is the best spot sAw have been in quite some time. They're going to run at Fallen. They feed in that first kill, but that's it. End of the line. Just KSCERATO now. Plays the trigger discipline. KSCERATO in with a chance, but as they swing him together, they lock him out of that clutch. It's a good reaction after he bides his time on that swing out through Temple. That had all the makings of something for KSCERATO.
Yeah, lucky that second player gets tucked behind the big box in time, unbeknownst to him, where KSCERATO had gotten himself to. And yeah, nice opening kills for sAw. Roman and MUTiRiS. Was it the experienced Mantle hitting a couple of headshots before FURIA get control of the site. And it was fairly desperate for FURIA in a 3-on-5 jumping through smokes, but okay. Bomb plant, you know FURIA are going to buy. sAw have won 3 out of 4 pistols in this series now. But FURIA don't let you take them for free. They don't let you establish any control early in the half. Galil's out, MAC-10's included. Mid-molly to, in theory, deny the climb up, and while it's missed, it's not a problem. sAw are playing passive. They're also playing 2A, so ample chance for FURIA to just exec this B bomb site and win it in the early 2 kills.
Yeah, I mean, FURIA have shown they're very, very capable at doing more with less in rounds like this, and I think that even Fallen's brought a kind of certain stoicness to these sorts of rounds, right? Like where his foundation's always been rooted in trying to play with the speed and the pace of the 4 spies, trying to outmatch your opponents in the firepower and the individuals. Fallen gives a very nice approach to these sorts of rounds where it's a bit more methodical, where you're really milking it for all you can. And it feels like a bit of a perfect storm, especially when you still have Art's talents, his ability to get to these crazy positions and to play on the back foot with the SMGs. He's very comfortable with these guns.
I was going to say, how long till sAw realize that A is not the port of call? It's so silent on that side of the map. Not a footstep heard in main. They've got to reinforce this bomb site. And FURIA, it feels like maybe they've missed that window. They didn't like the smoke in cave, even though they threw a perfect molly and spam to make sure that player couldn't get back in the cave. FURIA wait out the smoke. They want it to be perfect, but in doing so, it's allowed sAw to make a read, make a gamble, and it's great for them. 4 on this B bomb site, FURIA walking into a trap.
Oh, but that's a nice way for it to start. Fallen's just spammed Roman out of the round. MUTiRiS, time to don his cape again, but he won't be the hero, not this time. 2 kills from him is not enough. And so a 4-man stack will not keep FURIA at bay. They play right into sAw's hands, and they come out the other side laughing. And now the rest might just be a formality. 3-on-2, post-plant, a bomb to play around. arrozdoce in another one of these 1v3s. Never been able to walk them over the line yet. And it's not going to start now, not when sAw really needed it.
Oh, no escape either, no survival. No chance. Only the Portuguese chance from FURIA. And hey, you don't need a dark molly if Fallen's just going to wallbang the entry kill. That felt like the player in the pinpoint position to win the round, to save that B rush on a 4-man stack at the perfect point in the round, and sAw feel like they can do no right. What an unbelievable execute for FURIA, and to continue how this series has been going. Yes, sAw win a pistol, but what do they have to show for it? Immediate force buy comes through for FURIA. sAw with a final tactical timeout. And they are running out of room.
And that's the structure in those rounds that we're talking about, right? Where I think an older FURIA squad might have, at that first smoke that you talked about over towards Cave, the one that slowed them right down, I think they would have looked to play with the pace there. They would have had trust in the molly. But Fallen's like, no, we're going to go when we're ready to go. We're throwing in the full exec. We know our roles. We know what we're doing. And they keep it very, very clean. And they play it on their terms, even though it's into that sAw stack. And those rounds hurt the most. You read it well, you were in the right place, you were set up, you had everything going your way if you're sAw, and it still wasn't enough. You couldn't stop FURIA. And if you get caught up under the wheels of this team, they will drag you along for the ride and then leave you for dead. And that's what's happening to sAw right now. Down to the pistols, they've got to respond on a force buy of their own. But FURIA are in no rush. They're waiting to see, in all this silence, in this lack of contact, this lack of info for sAw, if any plays are made, if any fights get brought to them. Now that bomb rotates back to join these players in main.
Yeah, this is a perfect call as well, right? Like, there's no way you can stop this. It's not even a kit for a retake, and it's a guaranteed plant for FURIA just off of positions. A smoke in CT will ruin sAw's chance of contending for this site. Playing ahead of it is arrozdoce. He's had a great deagle, but denied by the grandfather again. The big boy of Brazil, Fallen. Triple kill.
I mean, we've stepped in a time machine for this matchup, man. It's a glorious series from Fallen, both in terms of the calling and in terms of his individual performance. You really can't fault him.
And we've had the glimmers of art madness as well, like this balance of yin and yang for FURIA. Think about the A rushes on Vertigo, up gap with a Mac 10, feeling like it's 2020 online again. He's not needed in this one. Fallen has done it all, and he's searching for all the glory. A fourth kill at the end of the round. Fallen, why not sprinkle in an ace? It's not allowed, but we'll grant it anyway. 10 for FURIA.
Não, capacete descarado, garanto. Matei dois caras de capa.
And look, man, I mean, even when we cut back to him, he's very determined. You know, he's not overzealous in the celebrations yet. They know that the job's not done. They will be soon.
Sort of look like they've already lost. I mean, you know, compare the cameras cut between these two teams. Devastated looks on the Portuguese faces. And fair enough. This is a FURIA in fighting form that maybe, just maybe, have inspired some hopes for that elimination stage. Would not have felt that way after day one, going down 0-2, losing to Limvision, an embarrassing performance from FURIA. There was no doubt, this is not the same FURIA. This is a team playing to the sum of their parts. And then some. Another stack, well, it's never been a problem before, and especially not with USPs.
Oh, it's going to be that first point of contact up through the ramp. Quick work made of the USPs, and the boost at long has to get dismantled. Oh, clinical stuff up against the pistols of sAw. Just padding those numbers up a little bit. Having his Fallen round.
Oh, and it doesn't matter. Double.
I mean, dude, I gotta say, on the flip side, right, while we've been singing FURIA's praises, my heart really goes out to MUTiRiS, right? This is a guy who's got over a decade of experience in the game, always been there as someone trying to bring up generations of these Iberian players. And man, like, he has been the one solid piece for sAw in this game across the series on both maps.
Found that clutch. Yeah, I mean, this was a breakout team of this year as well. Like, this is the breakout European team where it felt like, okay, these guys are going to do damage. They have a sick, beautiful story at the RMR. They keep it up online, qualifying to London through the showdown, and now they come here. They start 2-0. Everyone's ready. Everyone's celebrating. Everyone's like getting ahead of themselves. This is it. Does this team have top 8 potential? These young players with veterans leading them, and they crumble like dust. It's going to motivate them in the long term, but right now this has to feel like the world is crushing you. The sky is falling.
Yeah, as far as you were concerned, if you're sAw, you know, your dreams are about to be realized. You were going to have that immediate run into the Legend stage, and all these years of grinding and the mammoth effort that's gone into even recovering at the Armada, getting here in the first place, and it might all just dissipate. Your dreams were right there. They were even in your grasp for a brief moment. arrozdoce sees the shadow.
Nice.
2 kills from the guy over towards main. Attempted the challenge. The trade comes from Art. And he will get away with it. Second player back in the donut. It's MUTiRiS. Safe pair of hands. Honestly, the one that you would want here.
Oh, God. 3v5, Harry. They've even got a lurker. Oh, dear. B is open. Yuri might check inside of the site, which could give Roman this kill. But even then, sAw have left A entirely. Playing active. They're going to clear out Yuri eventually. But this bomb is still ready to plant at the A site. You're leaving this round in the capable hands of Art and KSCERATO. Anything Yuri does is just a cherry on top, and he's hit the perfect timing.
No.
This is his.
Oh, no. Hang on, it goes both ways. Okay. And he just looks away.
Now they got to go.
And they know it's not B. They know it's not B anymore. So they're going to start going back towards this A site where Art opened up with that double out through main. Him and KSCERATO, many a year spent playing side by side. And so will that synergy be enough to overpower a sAw that are down in the dumps, that are doubting every move they make? Art seems to think so. Even gets out after this attempt at the trade. KSCERATO plants the bomb. Art's still locked into this fight back at Donut, but KSCERATO gets hung out to dry.
Oh, they were in two minds about that one completely. I feel like you've got to both push the same position and take a kill together. Maybe Art feels like he can help his teammate out and that Donut player won't come swinging first, but yeah, FURIA, you know, if Yuri gets a kill, that round is just done. It's dead. We would have sold the B fake. Instead, sAw get decent positions close to A as the bomb gets planted. And it's all set up by arrozdoce. A rock-solid anchor. But is it just one round for sAw? At least they take it with enough players surviving that they can finally afford everything. Guns on everyone.
arrozdoce attempting to have his second wind here, but once more, it's instant trade out of FURIA over in main. You can see that arrozdoce is trying to do that final push, right? That final 20% of energy stocked up in the reserves is going into trying to start these rounds off well for sAw. They know in their hearts of hearts that they're not in the mindset to win this game right now, but it doesn't take much to push yourselves there. And so arrozdoce is trying to get them believing, but awkward that this time it's not the 2-for-1. He's caught in the trap of FURIA over in main. FURIA have been doing this constantly. They get a trade, they'll take a long pause in the middle of the round and they wait, they gauge the reactions and they always get given them. Sadly, oftentimes it is story as well. That next domino to fall.
Who's here though?
MUTiRiS is the surprise, but the molly, he has to extinguish that, and now they know about a player in at the site on default. Instead, we're looking at MUTiRiS. This might have to be his moment to shine. 1 kill from the veteran. Bit more damage done from his teammate, but not the kills yet. Instead, it's Yuri to return this one to a 3-on-3, and look at how restricted the map is right now. FURIA and Roman. Someone's got to step up with 15 seconds. Time could do it for them here. Roman. Both players have got to come his way. They've got to run right into him.
Nice
Drops the smoke to try give himself a bit more leverage, and it's just Yuri left to beat. Roman holds the line. 3 kills in the round. And the other experienced voice of sAw finally has something worth smiling about.
Yeah, FURIA, I like what they're doing. You know, they're really just trying to wait for a sort of break and swing into their fights and go too early, but great restraint from sAw on almost all parts. MUTiRiS does go a step too far after this kill, but Roman plays it perfectly. Even peeking with 5 seconds, he knows KSCERATO is going to have to prioritize a plant. So nice hunt there at the end. Okay, sAw just trying to tread water. No life jackets in sight. Again, it's just been the opener onto arrozdoce. That's been the goal for FURIA, killing him back-to-back rounds. He's always taken one with him, though.
Yeah, and I like that he's not really like laid off the aggression here. He's not letting it get to him. He loves playing this angle for the shadow advantage. It gives him little droplets of info over the main, and it lets him be a lot more active and involved in the start of these rounds.
And they throw a smoke and they don't show anything else. So soon we should see MUTiRiS rotate. If sAw feel comfortable enough to reinforce that B-bomb site, it takes coming in, though. The orb gets cut off, and someone's got to get mobile. MUTiRiS taking up Donut instead to enforce arrozdoce's position. That's exactly what FURIA want. This is still going to end B. It's a perfect fake for Art.
I mean, he knows the standard response to this, especially in a 5v5 so late in the round. You're going to have someone move over and cover mid from Donut. So he tries to find the space out through red. FURIA are leaving this one down to the wire, and we've seen that betray them before. Art's backstab is spotted. He's tagged up. uJack's covering from long, but it's Roman run down. Story's all quick reactions anymore. Just the one. And uJack's clotheslined and finished off as the long side falls apart for sAw. MUTiRiS on this backstab and arrozdoce away from the action. And a gut-wrenching decision has to be made here. There's so much damage done to FURIA. KSCERATO is the only guy with health. But if you go for this 2v4 and you don't win it and everyone dies, you've got nothing up against 12 rounds to FURIA. With Elimination staring you dead in the face, and it's not that Elimination Stage. So they save here. They at least get rifles out of the round, but not even that's a guarantee. KSCERATO removes one of them and the second, and that is the worst possible outcome for sAw. They didn't go for the 2v4 retake. They wanted the guns. They wanted that little bit extra in the last round of this game, and they don't even get that.
Oh, you could even feel, you know, Story summoning every tendon in his wrist to hit those flicks there. And it even felt like the second one connected, but it doesn't come through. KSCERATO, ice cold 3K exit will send them to the bank, but they're not getting alone here. Pistols out for what may be their final round in Copenhagen. FURIA, after going 0-2 in the BO1s, down in the dumps day one. It does feel like it's happened. A full reverse sweep, the inverse of sAw's situation. They've just got to finish the job right here, right now. You will never have a better opportunity. 5 pistols.
As per usual, they're not jumping the gun on this. No crazy Hail Mary.
Well,
there's the kill. There's that first domino falling at the end of the tether for sAw. FURIA group, they want to get in a B right now, and there's only one man here. It's just Roman. It's Roman's Deagle, or it's nothing for sAw. He needs success, and he's under that pressure. Does get out with one, and they let him cross. They let him live. He keeps this even at least. Gives sAw a fighting chance in what might be their last round played at the Major. Swing out from the cave is punished. KSCERATO with one more, and it took a while. But FURIA finally arriving in Copenhagen and in good form. The reverse sweep from 0-2 down and now being the third Brazilian team to qualify for that elimination stage. Spearheaded with some fantastic performances from the likes of Fallen. Felt like we went back in time for this one here. And this isn't just a win for FURIA. It's not just a win for the Brazilians, but the Americas gaining that